Welcome to P3 Radio.
The monkey only dances as good as the guy grinding the organ handle.
Brother.
I fly, bro. That is never stopping.
Truck goes to Dwayne.
Cool story, bro.
Footy pajamas.
Hey, genius, it's 2 p.m. Central.
PG3 Radio.
Here's your host, Josh Riley.
Get him off pig, Freddy.
Get him off big.
Richard Mullican.
And as I put you down, my pants ripped.
It's showtime! It's showtime! It's showtime!
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of P3 Radio. I'm Richard Mullican, joined by my co-host. He's the 1983 Mr. Dixie Youth Grand Champion and best friend, Josh Brawley. Say hey, Josh.
Richard, don't forget my number. Our show is stronger than thunder. How you doing, man?
Doing pretty good, man. Episode 340.
340.
340.
That has a nice ring to it.
Yep. We're going to get that.
We've done a lot of them.
We're going to get that in 10 weeks, or we're going to get that episode. I'm going to need about 350.
About 350. We're going to have to do a fucking sound drop on that one for sure.
Yeah.
350.
Oh, man. What a week. It feels like I didn't mean to cut that off like that. I showed you my sign.
Just turn it off.
I showed you my sign right as we were coming on the air.
That's never been a problem for me.
Yeah.
I just took them first.
Seeing the sign? What? What are you talking about?
I said that's never been a problem with me.
You're talking about what's on the sign.
Yeah.
Nobody knows what's on the sign yet.
Well, you do, and that's a nice joke.
I was so confused. I'm like, I'm not following what you're saying here.
You're sick brain. You got COVID fog.
Yeah, there we go again. The only sickness.
Dude, you've been sick. And honestly, I think that
you gave it to
I kind of felt bad. I did, a little bit.
I feel like all those people at that Travis Tritt concert.
That was a long time ago, and there's no proof of that.
Well, tell those families that lost the loved ones.
Look,
because Travis Tritt, his fans skew a little older nowadays.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Yeah, I was a fucking youngin' amongst grandmas, dude, in that concert hall there.
Right.
Either way, I got sick, We've had a bunch of sick shows lately.
Mm-hmm.
December 22nd, as you know, I got sick. And then that lasted about 2 weeks. Got unsick for about a week and got re-sick. Trace that powdery stuff that healed my sickness.
Oh. Maybe I need to get some of that.
Dude, it'll give you projectile shits. And keep you up all
How do you know that I
night.
don't already have that?
It might make you constipated.
Might make it better.
Might stop you
It is
up.
very rare that I have a normal shit.
Yeah.
Is that bad?
Well, I mean,
bad?
you're a nervous type of guy. Just have nerve problems. That's all.
The sign says, "Please do not feed the whores drugs." Let's not get too far away from that.
Yeah.
I have a sign in my in my room that says that. Now, with that said,
anyways, look, long range sickness.
Yes.
I've been unsick for about a week now, but dude, something grabbed a hold to you again, and you had done been sick over the holiday season.
Yeah,
so that's number 2 for you.
It wasn't as bad as what my wife and them had, over the holidays. I just had like a low fever and a cough. But last weekend, I started feeling rough, and it was always at night. Like I felt like somebody had just
I gotta go to work in the morning. How could I get out of that? Like that?
It felt like somebody punched me like in the face. So
yeah, bills.
Yeah. So I went to work. And then Saturday.
Spread that around.
Saturday. No, I have a little area. I don't hardly see anybody during the
okay.
day. I could really do my job from here.
So nobody's checking up on you.
Which I did do my job from home a few days.
Don't you hate that shit? Like, assuming that you are telling the truth and you were really sick.
Right.
Because we hadn't seen any proof of that yet. I didn't see a thermometer picture.
That said 100 and something?
Yeah, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, assuming that you really are telling the truth and you weren't just skipping out on work all week, nobody's really checking up on you, but, don't you hate it, though? Whenever you are sick and you can work from home, that you're fucking sick and you're working. Fuck that, dude. Like if I'm home from work I'm at home.
Yeah, I'm saving some days, but
So you didn't even have to cash in sick days.
well, I did one. Monday, I was so like just shivering and feverish that I was just like, no, I ain't even gonna try to do anything today. I'm just gonna lay down and just lay here.
Dang. Did you go to the doctor or anything?
Well, no.
How do you know you had the flu?
I'm like all the symptoms, and I started taking Tamiflu, and I started feeling better.
I don't know. That COVID joke might
Oh,
not
Jesus
be too
Christ.
far out there.
But I didn't know. Well, here's the funny thing. I haven't drank all month. For now, over a month.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't drink any of January.
Good.
And now we're in
Keep it
February.
rolling.
What's funny is I've been falling apart. Apparently, Josh, it was the alcohol holding me together.
It was just taking your mind off. Well, it's like numbing your pain.
Yeah.
Essentially.
like I look at it as like I am a busted up wall, and alcohol was like the spackle holding me together.
No, it was that poster that you put over the hole.
Yes, yeah, it's still there, but it don't.
It's got a
look
hole
bad.
in it too.
Yeah. Well, somebody just ripped the poster down. And a few pieces came with it, with the alcohol coming out, which sucks, man.
So you're going on how many days sick now?
It's been about a week. I feel better today. Last night, usually I get my fever at night, which is weird. Like, I sweat all day. Like, I'll just be sitting here and just sweating. And then, my fever comes at night. But here's the crazy part, Josh. This is something, I'm 40 years old, never had this happen before in my life. Did you know?
Oh, well, no, I'm not going to do all that joke. I was going to say she said it was good for her, too.
No, it's never happened. Your mom's really picky. I don't know. Did you know that when you are sick, you have lymph nodes in your arm? And that's not like the thing that delivered pizza back in the day. I know you're looking at me kind of crazy, like you don't know what a lymph node is.
No, I do.
What is it? What is it, Josh?
I've talked about it. Remember, after my COVID vaccine, that motherfucker on my
yeah.
shoulder swelled up like a son of a bitch.
Boy, we were sheep with that one, weren't we? Well, anyway.
Yeah, it swelled up for like a month and a half, dude.
I did not know that. Well, I knew you had them under your arms. I didn't know that when you were sick, they could swell.
Yeah.
And when I guess it was like Wednesday or Thursday last week, I was like, dude, I feel like I've torn my pec muscle. Like,
Yeah.
and I'd been going to the gym doing like cardio and stuff, but I hadn't lifted really anything. I couldn't remember. I was like, did I lift? Because sometimes I'll just sit on the machine and do like a quick set or something. I was like, I don't think so. But it felt like I had done a left-handed push-up, like deep left-handed push-up. Like I set something on the ground and put my hand on top of it and just did the push-up and went all the way to the ground and come back up. And I'm like, dude, I feel like I've torn my pec. So like the next day or so, I'm looking at my arm to see if it's like purple or anything, and it's not. But I noticed that since we broke this arm, it's been significantly smaller. You can tell. Like when you look at it, when I look at it in the mirror, I'm like, my left one's a little smaller. It's just the way it is. You atrophy muscles and then you never just catch back up. But I looked at it and they were the same size in the mirror. Yeah. And I was like, oh. And I couldn't lift my arm higher.
First you're like, progress.
Yeah. And I couldn't lift my arm higher than this. And this is like slightly, like if you had your arm in a sling and you pick it up off your waist, that's about how high I could lift it without it hurting. I was like, son of a bitch. Now I can do this. And it still hurt. Like I feel it like right.
Why are you
here.
Heiling Hitler right
No,
now?
I'm like raising my hand like I got a question.
Or you're like, you're like the teacher. All right, hand goes up. You know what happens next.
But the swelling has moved down my arm. And, like, everything in my arm hurts. I'm like, how long will this fucking last? It's been, like, a week.
Your body has, like, I mean, I would assume...
It's a wonderland, Josh.
Hundreds of lymph nodes.
Yeah.
And fucking, that's just that one fighting hard, Richard Lee. Where are the other ones having its back?
Oh, no. It feels like maybe a couple of them. I can't feel the exact one. I just know when I lift my arm like this, I can feel, like a hard area right in here.
Yeah, yeah. It's just that's natural, Richard Lee.
Either that or I'm dying.
Yeah, back in the I was probably a teenager or early 20s or some shit. I had like a real bad cold and shit. Like it was a bad head cold, like
Cold
really bad
and shit.
And
that sounds like a new sinus medicine. Come out and get Tylenol's cold and shit.
Anyways, I felt on my neck. You know, I was just rubbing my neck, and I was like, "Oh God, I've got cancer!" And I fucking went to the doctor, and he was like, "No, that's a lymph node just fighting the sickness," and blah blah blah. No, you're fine. Yeah. And that was a bill I just had to take, because nothing was wrong.
Nothing's better than a clean bill of health.
Well, I know, a bill like I had to pay.
Oh, I know. I'm saying nothing better than a clean bill of health, though.
I don't know, man. I guess I was always under the impression like
that it was going to happen
to
you.
If it was a burnt run at the doctor, like nothing's wrong, I'm like, what the fuck did I just pay for? I'd get mad. I was
Really?
Like, damn. I didn't get no medicine or nothing.
Peace of mind.
I guess. I don't know. But yeah, that's a good burnt run.
A good burnt run.
Yeah.
Masturbate.
I just felt like we needed to use a soundboard every once in a while.
You're a dead man.
There we go. There you go.
That's you after
doctor,
this week.
What if the doctor would have said that? I got a lump on my neck, Doc.
It scrolled.
You're a dead man.
There we go.
Do it over, fucker.
Anticlimactic Josh here. I was about to move on to something else.
It's a little soundboard's a little far away from me.
Pull it closer.
There we go.
I was about to move on to
Richard, if you're a piece of shit, you're a piece of shit.
I was like, Josh, don't want to play this game.
Up.
You could just tell me you didn't want to do this bit. I would have moved on.
Let's see. Here's a good one we hadn't heard in a while.
I want to prepare you for something. The naked man sitting on the back of the fire truck, Randy Travis.
Yes.
Pass the fucking potatoes!
We know there's some people out there right now that's like,
Don't talk about that bullshit. We have plenty to talk about.
So just trying to come down from the sickness.
And we used that as a comeback song, did we not?
We did.
You got on down,
2 weeks ago.
You got on down.
Jesus. Lord.
So should I be wearing a mask right now? Or?
No, that ain't going to help you.
You think?
No. It helped me.
Only thing going to help you is rob a bank.
Maybe play the lottery or something.
No, with the mask.
Oh. Is that what your
That's
dad
the only,
That sounds like something your dad would
that's
say.
That's your retort to me. I was just saying that. The only thing going to help riding the mask.
Riding the mask.
Riding the mask.
Sure you've done that before. Come on, Lone Ranger. Give me that Tonto.
No. I always thought his mask sucked.
It did.
Like, it may have been groundbreaking for the 40s or 50s or whatever the fuck, but yeah.
It wasn't really. You could still tell who it was. You know what I mean? It wasn't like Zorro that covered his whole head.
Right.
It was like, why is he wearing that Dollar General party store
Zorro
mask?
just had a do-rag.
Over his eyes, yeah.
Yeah, but he's like, I got to do something about this.
Yeah,
Poke
but I
some
mean,
holes.
at least he kind of did it right, but.
Kept that mustache.
Yeah, but, Lone Ranger was like, he didn't even change his clothes.
No. At least Superman fucking changed clothes,
He just went in the back and put on that little stupid mask.
We need some help. I'll be there in a minute.
You think it might be Bill that's the Lone Ranger?
No.
Why do you say that? Well, he's the only white man that hangs out with an Indian, and he always buys those masks in bulk.
I don't know. You can't tell.
Yeah.
People were stupid back then.
Yeah, I guess so. It was they didn't live that long back then though, because fever and stuff. What we've had this week would have taken you out.
You would have been dead at 24.
I'd been like, save me, Lone Ranger, save me.
That's what you needed to like, because you didn't go to the doctor. You needed the Lone Ranger to bring you some fucking COVID tests.
But you know what's funny? It's like, when I was younger, the way I grew up, I was really dumb because I believed whatever was on TV.
Yeah.
Now imagine if I don't get any more mature than that, and I just keep living life, and I'm like, and then I'm dead at 21 with nobody to tell me, hey, put 2 and 2 together. That son of a bitch has got his mule packed down with 400 of those masks.
Like you got a job, but you've already sent it all to fucking what is his name, Peter Popoff or whatever, for the miracle spring water.
I want
to help your fever. The Lone Ranger. That's Johnny Depp.
Oh yeah, they redid it. Remember?
I don't remember.
Yeah, it was just like a cowboy hat. He didn't even change his clothes.
Let's see here.
And he had a very significant horse, that was white. A white horse, and he hung out with an Indian man.
Oh, so he was a radio dude, so he didn't even need a mask.
Oh, he was a radio guy?
Look up there at the top. The Lone Ranger first appeared in 1933 on a radio show in Detroit. Yeah. Ironically, about 50 years later, a lot more people were wearing masks in Detroit robbing shit.
Wow.
I'm just, you're going to dispute statistics with
I didn't know we were going there.
No, I just seen the opening.
Yeah, and nobody. The
Green Hornet.
It's the same thing, isn't it?
Kind of, sort of.
TV series. I was trying to see.
Well, I'll be damned. 1949.
Yeah.
That motherfucker was on TV when TV was just becoming TV.
Almost for, 8 years?
It lasted a while, man.
Yeah, 8 years.
Clayton Moore. Is he still alive? All right. Is Clayton...
No. Died in 99.
He tapped out in 99.
He's like, you know what? I think I'm going to check out before this whole Y2K thing hits. December 28th, 1999.
Getting kind of spooked.
He just put his black mask on and passed on to heaven. The Lone Ranger's an angel now.
The Lone Angel.
Yeah.
That's his gimmick.
You can tell who he is because he's wearing that black mask with the wings.
Lord knows who he is.
Yeah.
Lord knows.
That Lone Ranger's a sexy man. Something about a man that hides his eyes.
Get away from that Indian, though. He's a bad influence.
Probably got that firewater he's trying to give him.
He's trying to take him to a casino.
Yep. I like casinos, though. I don't think there's nothing wrong with a casino.
Did she really think that way?
She liked casinos.
Had she been?
My grandmother loved bright lights, man. Anything gaudy and
blingy.
Yes.
Yeah.
She loved bright colors. I remember I got a Red Titans jersey that time. The Red Titans one.
Yeah.
I got it in high school, and she's like,
"Ooh, I like that shirt that She's got on."
You were
nice.
You were fucking just big.
Because she loved bright colors.
That's why Handsome Jimmy was her favorite wrestler, man.
She loved
he was
sparkly,
larger than life.
Yes, she loved sparkly, bright colors.
Woo, mercy, Miss Pearl. Woo, I wish I was in Jackson, Tennessee right now, baby.
I wish she was here too. Whip it on out. I
want to see how handsome that third leg is.
Yeah.
But like a baby arm holding an apple.
So she didn't have a problem with your Uncle Freddie buying lottery tickets?
No, not at all.
So, but how I thought
gambling.
Yeah, no,
it makes no sense, Josh.
She was really religious.
Yes, it was kind of like the same way we had to go to church every time the doors were open. But she still believed in really bad superstitions.
Yeah.
Cats and don't
rock that chair.
Lock that chair with nobody in it.
That's a southern thing because you don't hear about rocking chairs in the north that much, but
you got snow and shit everywhere.
Yeah,
they can't rock.
Can't rock in there. But yeah, it's like that was her thing. She believed in all these superstitions. I'm like, where in the Bible does it say? But she seemed totally fine with that. Now, certain gambling. Like casinos, she just kind of looked at as games.
Okay, but how would she feel if she seen us shooting a crap game on the side of the house for money?
She probably wouldn't like that.
Y'all ain't be doing that.
Yeah. She took a weird stance on things sometimes.
Like whatever she believed.
Yes.
Specifically, that's how everybody should.
But casinos were too big, bright, and flashy.
Yeah.
And that was just ain't
nothing wrong. Devil would never use something like this. This is the Lord's work.
Bright as the pits of hell.
I got a lot of prayer going on in here. You hear all those people saying, "Please God, let me win."
You need to work that up into a bit somehow. Talk about the religious background, the casino deal, and use that. And you'll be good.
A lot of prayer going on here. A lot of prayer.
Oh God. Yeah.
Yeah.
Write that down.
Write it down. You want me to write that down? I'll write it. Because, dude, you don't know how many times I sit there and go, what did we talk about? We said something, and we never can remember. And I'm like, well, I ain't listening back to the whole show.
Yeah, I don't want to even begin to do this research.
Oh, man. Well, speaking of which, we're having to do 2 shows this week.
We are. They wouldn't have ever known it.
I know, but, yeah, there we go. I just typed notes real quick. We're having to do 2 shows because next week I'm going to be busy all weekend. Friday and twice on Saturday.
Twice on Saturday?
Yes.
Your wiener's going to hurt.
Yeah.
You're too old for that kind of action.
In a while.
You're too old for that kind of action.
I got a call last week, or this week. Was it last week? Sunday starts the week, right?
Yes.
Okay. Got a call last week saying, hey, you got a real call?
No,
I got a text.
Okay.
I hadn't talked to the guy. I don't know what the guy's voice. I couldn't pick that guy's voice out of a lineup, Josh.
So you could just be getting scammed.
Could be.
You're going to show up all your shit.
And they're arresting
all right,
me.
where's your dressing room at? Can we help you?
You've heard that story about a dressing room. What do you think I'm going to be doing? Where's the dressing room at?
Well, you're not just going to. What if you got gimmicks and like you got to put your suit on and shit?
Yeah, I ain't wearing a suit.
Well,
It's a comedy club. But have you ever heard that story about the people that had warrants and they told them they had won like either Super Bowl tickets or like a large cash prize and they needed to come claim it?
Yeah, I think it was a cash prize or something.
Yeah.
It was like a news story on it.
Yeah, and they came down and one by one they all got arrested.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing. They're
That's
setting me up. They're setting me up.
You got some kind of weird computer charges.
I'll tell you how this happened, dude. Oh, so I'm emceeing.
You ripped off all them fucking women's OnlyFans. They're coming to get you.
I am emceeing at our local comedy club next weekend, and this is the first time I've ever done it.
That's awesome.
I've never emceed. Like I've emceed like shows before, you know what I mean, but not a comedy show. So I have my notes of what I'm supposed to do. Hopefully I'll get some kind of direction beforehand. Probably not. I mean, I'm assuming that I'm not. That's what I'm doing.
You got to think though it should follow the same format as like what you were a part of.
Well,
in
they
Alabama
gave me the format like of what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah.
Like he gave me like 1, 2, 3. Like it was like a 14-step program, and he gave it to me. Do this, do this, do this, do this, do this, do this. Tell everybody about next week. See you later. Cool. And I was like, okay, cool. Sounds easy enough. I don't have it. Like, I've spent enough years in wrestling to know that probably isn't 100% the way it's going to go.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I feel very prepared to know that it's not going to be prepared. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
that's his vision, but is it going to roll that way?
Like, I'm going to get there and they're going to be like, hey, can you do like 4 minutes? And I'm like, damn. All right, I have this little dog, right? So I'm prepared for that. You know what I mean? Like so what I was told that you're supposed to do with emceeing, you go up, like, and I've consulted other people. There's a guy I know named Jamie Grant in Memphis. He does announcing. He's done comedy. I've talked to Gene, Gene Jackson. I've sent him a message and was like, look, this is what I'm doing. He's like, all right, we'll try this, try this.
Did you check? No, never mind. I'm not going to tell that joke. You might go back down there and be the same person. Never mind. Go ahead.
Okay.
I'll tell you off air.
Okay. So basically I have a 4-minute bit that I could do, 4 or 5 minute bit. And then I have like little bits. And I was like, should I do like a 4-minute bit or should it be like 1 or 2 jokes quick, get in and get out?
Right.
Like the cell phone joke or the kidnapping joke I do, and from what I've heard, it's like, well, most of the time you just do 2 or 3 jokes real quick and get out. You bring up the next guy. So I even started writing a new bit. So I'm prepared for whatever comes my way. You know what I mean? So I'm probably over prepared. But I'm excited, man. I'm very excited. And here's the funny part. So last week, while I was feeling rough, we had a buddy of ours that had a surprise birthday party, and ran into Amy, Amy only.
Yeah.
And we were talking about like, man, I'm trying to get on here at 731 and like having trouble, back and forth. She's like, well, I know that guy. She's like, let me send him a message. And then like 2 days later, he's sending me, hey, you want to MC? I was like, sweet.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I did feel bad. I was like, oh, Amy didn't have to give that guy a handy or something.
You never know.
Take one for the team. But who knows? But I appreciate it. Appreciate everybody that's going to try to help,
Oh, yeah. You need all the help you can get.
Yes, I do.
Too bad they can't help your immune system, huh?
Yeah, no. That's what I said. Like, I was sitting at home Monday with a fever, and he sends me that message, and all of a sudden I got a rush of nerves. Like, I was nervous. You know what I mean? Like,
you felt bad and you were nervous.
Yeah, it's like I didn't feel like I should feel this
You're like,
way.
I need a drink. Oh, shit.
No, I mean, I always felt like if I had a fever and I was nervous, that probably would just be feelings that reserved for, like, my deathbed. You know what I mean? It's like, I got a fever and I'm nervous. Hey, there's my grandma. I see an angel.
I ain't seen Grandpa in a long time.
He's fishing. He's building me a wrestling ring. He's doing it.
He never would get up that mud pit so I could put a ring in the backyard.
Oh, man. So, yeah. So we're doing 2 episodes this week because next week I'm going to be busy, and I'll probably be tired Monday.
Oh, yeah.
So,
definitely.
Anyways. Well.
How long we talked about personal life?
What are you talking about?
What's the counter on there?
Oh, we're at 26 right now.
Damn! People are pissed.
Why?
Not enough tabs.
Well, let's just get to it then, Josh. We'll do this. If they want to find a shirt and they want one of our shirts, they go to tinyurl.com/P3RadioTees to get one of our shirts. What kind of shirts of our shirts are they going to see over there for our shirts?
Well, Richard Lee, I'm not sure about the colors. I think there's all kind of different options on that, but you need to keep this in mind if you're going to buy a shirt from us. Add an extra X on that shit, whatever your normal size is, so you don't look plumb goofy.
Extra small.
Whenever you go out and about with our shirts on. Now, what kind? The designs, man, we got all kind of fine designs. We got that 80s style tee, that former cover art t-shirt with our faces on the front, that ECW-like t-shirt, and so many more t-shirts. tinyurl.com/P3RadioTees. That's T-E-E-S, bitch. That is your t-shirt hookup.
tinyurl.com/P3RadioTees, the home of our shirts.
I was hoping this would get you feeling better, Richard Lee.
The first man's name was Kiki. He wore such little pants. His brother was the champion, but Kiki loved to dance.
The fuck is this?
One of the greatest videos of all time.
The second man was Choo-Choo, a master of romance. He loved the damsel in distress, but not as much as dance.
Shit!
She needs Zorro to save her.
Yeah, she's tied up on a railroad track.
And then one day it happened. They went off to the world. They went on to a journey, idolized by the boys and girls. They learned so many lessons in all the foreign lands. But no matter where they wound up, they never stopped the dance.
Oh, man.
So it's just, guys, this is called Handsome Dancer by
Station.
It's called
Amsterdam.
Coincidence.
The man
by
dancing
Handsome.
side by side by the man with the crooked glance. They turned to face each other. It was just happenstance.
Do they have other
that
songs?
These two men would meet that day and do that fateful dance. Wow, you can really dance.
Is this
Wow,
supposed to be
you can
funny?
really
Or is it
dance.
supposed to be like,
He went.
is it supposed to be serious?
They said we've both
What do
been
you
dancing
think?
all
I
this
don't
time.
know.
What a coincidence.
I feel like it's supposed to be funny.
If you see their other shit, you would think that.
Okay,
too.
okay.
And since they
Now, their other
danced together
shit's not
like no one's danced before.
anywhere that's good.
The diplomats were
I think they
dancing.
spent all the budget on this
cancelled all
video.
the war. The whole world celebrated with no more violence. And all because these men crossed paths. What a coincidence!
Dance, 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 dance.
Man, that would hurt my shoulder to do that right now.
Yeah, your arm's too injured to get that motion going. dance.
I feel like they owe Hans and Franz some money here.
I don't know.
Sprockets from Mike Myers' Sprockets thing.
Yeah, 19 million views. They do. They owe somebody something if they're stealing.
8 years ago?
Yeah.
So we're jumping on this right at the...
How did you... Well, you said you'd never heard it.
I'd never heard it. Yeah, no.
Yeah, so they're kind of fell off a little bit.
Okay. So they do know famous people. That's Whitney Cummings right there. So maybe
that
they're...
was 6 years ago.
Okay.
Maybe they're not doing things anymore. Go to videos and see what the most recent one was. 3 years ago. Maybe they got real jobs.
Maybe so. Maybe they just gave up on it.
Maybe they just get their tax money every year. Because you can see how it's a few videos every year. Maybe they just get their tax check and then they just like shoot this amazing like budgeted video and do these interviews. And then they just go back into working their jobs.
I don't think that is Whitney Cummings. I think that's just
some chick.
Yeah, she just took a picture in that screenshot to look like her. So never mind.
Just some chick.
Just some woman.
She could have got you at a club while you were half lit and been like, I'm Whitney Cummings. I want to blow you. You'd be like, okay. And you would go back and you would tell all of us, I got to blow you by Whitney Cummings, but don't tell anybody. And you'd be so proud of yourself. She would have tricked you.
Because that's what it takes, somebody tricking me.
Well, yeah, I mean, goddamn, if a woman who looked just like, goddamn,
I feel like you've overvalued the price of my penis.
I'm just trying to build you up, champ. You're sick.
I appreciate it. How sick am I?
Something needs to get you out of that funk.
Give me that LOD back. He can't take those to heaven.
Well, I mean, what's he gonna do? Take him? You can put him in a casket with him.
Yeah, that's what we were gonna do. Don't do that.
Instead of having one of those standard lowerers, like you'd have to have like a backhoe with just some straps,
just dropping like
got,
loose figures in there while
you
you're
got
getting
1,000 pounds of plastic figures in there with you. I'm not being cantankerous or just spiteful, but nobody's fucking getting my shit after I'm done. It's going with me.
I'm getting cremated, and I'm gonna have a shit ton of plastic in there with me.
You're gonna like shorten the lives of whoever the cremator is by all the plastic being burnt with you.
Have you heard about this story, Josh? The Dune 2 popcorn bucket.
What is that? I mean, I know Dune was a movie, and I think I remember hearing something about they did a second one.
Yes, they're doing a second one now.
Okay.
So these movie theaters put out a themed popcorn bucket, and I've never really seen Dune.
I hadn't either. I like David Lynch, man, but I have never watched that.
But apparently they have these like sandworm monsters here, and the theater. Okay, so over the years, hold on. Okay, Stan Armies have so over the years Stan Armies have invented. This is from avclub.com. Have invented many new ways to show their love for their favorite movies that go beyond just buying tickets or slapping a shiny poster on the wall. You can give the film 5 stars on Letterboxd or review it on Facebook after popping an Ambien. You can make so much noise.
That's some sort of film critic humor we should know.
I don't know. You can make so much noise over its perceived snub at the Oscars that a former presidential candidate gets involved. You can buy a candle that smells like it's the most famous derogatory scene. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. And now, thanks to AMC Theaters, you can put your hand or something else into whatever the hell this thing is. Behold the Dune Part 2 promotional popcorn bucket. And it's, hold on, let me pull this up. There it is.
Huh. That looks like a combination of two things.
Yep.
So there's these things that you can buy on Temu.
Yep.
That,
That's where we got that sign.
Whenever your dog goes outside, assuming your dog does go outside and don't have a fucking indoor toilet like some people's dogs, their paws get muddy.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So on this Temu thing, you can see the commercials on Facebook. They got the deal where you take the dog's paw at the door when you bring them back in. You have water preloaded in this little thing like we're looking at here. And you dunk their paws in, and it's got these little bristles that clean their paws.
Right off.
And it's got all the mud off.
Yeah.
You do that to all 4 of them, and you're good. It looks like one of them and a fleshlight.
Yes.
Now, look, you know how you've been a part of some movie theater shenanigans when you were younger. You know how some people can like to go in there and get comfortable in a movie when there's not a lot of people in there? Right. Can you imagine that one lonely nerd going in there to enjoy Dune 2? And there's like a hot chick in there or something. He's like, oh, man. Gets worked up, and he's like, ugh, yeah, don't really need this popcorn.
Yeah, then all of a
I'm
sudden
going to add some more butter to it.
You hear popcorn shaking. Please
got some salt in my wiener.
Please take all the time you need to process. Finished? The internet sure isn't. Ever since the bucket molded to look like the gaping maw of one of the monstrous sandworms that populate the planet Arrakis, first made itself known to the good citizens of X, nay Twitter.
Isn't that the German that was supposed to show up in WWF?
Brackus.
Oh, Brackus.
Yeah. Dune lovers and haters alike have gleefully expressed their absolute awe of this thing. They've also, as the internet gleefully wait, are you reading this right? They also,
there you go,
as
Sam.
the internet
Your eyes are
and
sick too.
Anyone with eyes is want to do. Are you read that?
Dude, I think I'm stroking out trying to. They've also, as the internet and, anyone with eyes is wont to do.
Pointed out that it looks a lot like a whole different type of jobber.
Gom Jabbar test.
Didn't he play in the NBA?
That was his son. Gom Jabbar. You're thinking of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Put it another way, people want to fuck the popcorn bucket. Well, let them tell you all about it in their words. So anyways, so that's basically what it is. People are seeing this bucket and noticing that it's, like I said, looks like a fleshlight.
David, read that last name.
Ehrlich.
Because it's E-H. Reelich.
Ehrlich.
It's like he just set his fist on a keyboard and did his last name. Either way, he says, another day working at the multiplex, everyone keeps asking me if they can fuck the Dune 2 popcorn bucket. Buddy, this is an AMC, and of course you can fuck that popcorn bucket. Babe, are you okay? You've barely fucked your Dune 2 popcorn.
Sometimes these Twitters are hilarious, you know what I mean?
Oh, me. Yeah, I'm into Dune 2. Popcorn buckets at the same time.
Dune 2 popcorn buckets at the same time. Yeah. So if you get bored, look up the Dune popcorn buckets. There you go, Josh. It's a little something.
If I get bored, I'm going to go buy one. Chill out for a while. Oh, my God. I forgot I sent this. We should have probably watched this before, but we watch it now. It's pretty funny. Have you seen it?
What is this?
Okay, so they're outside of, I'm thinking, an auto parts store.
These people that we're watching, yes.
On Twitter. And, man, I'm getting drunk doing the camera like that.
We have a button stuck somewhere.
Well, let me get this keyboard here. I'm knocking on it.
Because if I hit control, if I just touch control, it's making that happen. We're going to have to restart this computer when we get back.
Where are we at?
Before we do our next show. All right, so they're outside.
They're outside of a auto parts store.
There's snow on the ground, it looks like.
And you see that that fucking Ford Edge there to the right?
Yes.
That Ford Edge has got problems, son. And you're fixing to see that it's got way more problems than
that
what
auto parts store can help.
Any of them can handle.
All right, let's see what they do. Okay, why did it just burst into flames?
The sound's all jacked up on
sorry, let me
this
do
or
it.
something.
Let me play it back. Here we go.
Over there! Pause it. So there is a black Ford truck literally sitting in the neighboring parking spot next to this Ford Edge.
And that edge looks like it's trying to weld it. Like all of a sudden a flame just shoots out.
I think this woman who is being filmed from the outside of the auto parts store here, she's telling that guy in the truck, she's saying, "Go over there, it's on fire."
Yeah.
And he starts up the Ford truck and he's fixing to drive away to get away because this fucking Ford Edge, I guess the engine's on fire or something.
Yeah, well, I assume so.
It's got 5-foot flames shooting towards the Ford truck.
Makes a hell of a great Ford commercial.
Yes.
Built Ford tough.
It won't
Forged in the fires of hell.
It won't even melt. Watch. It won't even melt.
Here we go.
Blowing! That fucking thing's gonna blow up! Oh!
Oh no. Oh no.
To add to the chaos.
Okay. So the Ford, oh Jesus. So the truck, in a hurried manner, starts up to get away from the car that's on the fire, while the woman who's keeping her shit together,
It's gonna fucking blow. It's gonna fucking blow.
yeah,
Then you hear the crunch.
yeah, this noise,
Oh!
and you hear somebody go, "Ooh!"
Meanwhile, look at the Ford Edge though.
It's kind of, the flames have kind of died down. I feel like he'd be okay.
But
if he
it's
was
all
parked.
over the
Yeah.
It's the whole car now. in the front,
It's not just shooting out the side. It's melted a key component to let it breathe a little bit. So he's apparently hit something at the store.
Shit! Oh my god!
Pause it. He was fixing to get out before even putting it in the park. This man is distraught.
Yeah.
He's like a damsel in distress. He's like, "Oh Lord, oh Lord."
He's like a white woman in a scary movie.
Yes, he is just fucking.
He's running upstairs as the killer comes.
Now look, I think this may be an insurance scam. Look at the back of that truck.
It's already beat up. Looks like he's taking
Rust?
10 snips to it already.
Rust. This must be in the north somewhere because Rust has just ate this son of a bitch out in the back.
It could be in the south too, with salt water and stuff.
I don't know, man. That's a benchmark of a northern deal. It's just rusting up. It's eating the truck away in the back.
Here we go.
Oh my god!
Oh no. He hit the brick on the building and destroyed it.
One of the only brick columns that the fucking building has.
Right.
He just ate it up at the bottom.
The owner
dude.
comes out there like, damn it!
But look at that Ford truck.
It's perfect condition.
Built Ford tough,
Yeah.
son. It did not crunch. The grill is made of plastic.
Ford was founded in steel.
It
and
did not even
forged in the fires of hell. When taken on a brick wall, the Ford F-150 stood tall.
Dude, it didn't even crunch the grill up.
Can we say something about this brick wall, if you want to call it
He
that?
moved it 5 feet.
What the fuck is this?
Oh, yeah.
The mason,
It's like somebody's hit it before.
yeah. Like, usually when you see bricks, they're laying, like,
Sideways,
yes.
horizontal.
The area of broken brick, there's 2 bricks that are vertical here. And I'm like, everything about this, everybody in this situation is insurance scammers. I feel like 4 people got together. It was like, all right, here's what we're going to do. Benny's going to lay on his back and blow this blowtorch up in front of this Ford Focus, right? And then what you're going to do is you're going to freak out and hit this one column right here, break this, and we're going to get insurance for days.
Wait a minute. We're wrong about this being an auto parts store, dude.
This is a gas station.
Look at those. You can't even get to the gas pumps, dude.
No.
Look at that snow in the background.
Yeah, this is definitely in the north.
There is 5 feet of snow, and you
Yeah.
can't even get to the gas pump.
The auto parts store is in the distance.
God damn.
Come on! Amy Jo, come
What makes it funnier is he was trying to put it in park and he hit the horn.
inside.
Come inside.
It's fucking dangerous.
Pause it.
I love how they're still like looking.
He gets out of the truck and he throws his hands up like you just said, like the white woman in the scary movie.
Yeah.
And he's like, "I'm okay."
Yeah.
Dude, we wasn't worried about
Yeah.
you. We're
And-
worried about that fucking
what's funny is he just hit a building and he's not going, oh man, I'm so sorry I hit this building. He keeps looking back at the car like, well, that's the cause of it right there. I wouldn't have hit that right there if that car wouldn't have been on fire.
Look what that Ford Edge made me do.
Yeah, he's not taking blame for the running into the wall at all.
I think he's going to be all right because they can't prove that he did it other than this video.
Yeah.
Because the truck is fine. How did that do that? Like, I want to go buy one of these Ford trucks.
Well, it's kind of like that time me and Chris had that wreck, and when I was in high school, we were riding with him in his yellow tank.
Well, that was a different situation.
He had like a little Nissan and totaled it, and Chris lost a blinker bulb.
That's because Chris's car was at the very end of when cars were made like military tanks.
Yeah.
In the 70s.
Really do damage to roads because they were so heavy.
And that other dude's car was like a shitty early 90s, like, just a little fucking plastic car.
Yeah.
It ate that son of a bitch up. Like it went through a blender.
All right, we got to talk about this real quick too, Josh. I don't know where that story was, so I can't get rid of it. What is it? What was that story called? I think this was it. I think I just clicked on something. All right, so this is called What in Tarnation?
What in Tarnation?
So, have you heard about Elle King? You know who Elle King is, don't you?
Elle Snyder or whatever?
Yeah, Rob Schneider's daughter.
Yeah, yeah.
She's
fairly famous singer now.
Yeah. She was trying to do country, I guess.
It was a Dolly tribute show.
She's the one that had
at the
that
goddamn Grand Ole Opry of all places.
She was trying to do. She's the one that did the X's and the oh-oh-ohs that haunt me. Yeah, that song back in the day. Apparently, she's had some substance abuse problems. But this was her at Dolly's birthday tribute. Like, Dolly wasn't even there.
Right.
Like, they're doing a tribute to Dolly. You imagine, Josh, if they're like, hey, man, did you hear about what happened at the Josh Briley birthday tribute show? I'm like, what? Yeah. I know you weren't there. You were doing something else.
That bitch lives in, like, where... close to Knoxville or Pigeon Forge,
like
or
4 hours
shit.
away, 3 hours away.
So, I mean, well, it's 2 hours from fucking Nashville, so why wasn't she there?
I don't know. Let's not blame Dolly on this.
If Dolly would have been there, this wouldn't have went this far.
She would have bitch slapped Elle King.
I'm going to need you to get off that stage, honey.
Yeah.
Before I jerk a knot in your ass.
Yeah. Dolly don't play no shit. Dolly ain't never been about that. All right, here we go.
That's it. I'll tell you one thing more. I'll tell you one thing more. Hi, my name is Elle King. I'm hammered.
She said, hi, my name's Elle King. I'm fucking hammered.
Celebrating Dolly's birthday. He's celebrating.
What the fuck, dude? This is like me, like, in blackout drunk phase.
Yeah. So the woman on the side over here, I think she's related to Dolly. I think it's like her sister, is what they said. But she was like, we're celebrating Dolly's birthday today. And she busted him, go on, tell her, go on, tell her. And she's doing like the mock Southern voice, like... We
like
know
she's a
doing.
Yankee fucking making fun of us, yeah.
Celebrating Dolly's birthday.
He's celebrating Dolly's birthday with the bottle.
Sky blue eyes, big white smile, big as dip This fast. This fast. How did Dolly send this shit?
This shit's fast.
I had seen that clip.
Yeah.
And oh man, I laughed independently about that.
I wish they didn't bleep it out. You know what I mean?
Everybody's looking at me like I know this.
Well, bet you knew you was playing the fucking tribute show.
Okay, we got. Let's go to the verses.
Then she does the what can only be called the Ashley Simpson dance, you know, like on Saturday Night Live. When she like she's like, let's go to the verses. And everybody on stage looks at her like,
you can't just pick and choose when the fuck you go in and out of the chorus.
It's like, the other thing is, we are on the verses. You don't know the verses.
God damn, this shit's fast. How Dolly sing this shit?
I love how in mid concert she was like, everybody's looking at me like I know this shit.
No shit. You're supposed to prepare.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, it was solos. All the solos. Okay, banjo solo.
She goes, oh, it's solos. Okay, banjo solo.
The goddamn fiddle player had to tell her what the fuck was up.
Now the sister, I guess that's her sister. I don't know who that is.
But
she's trying to save
Dolly's
it.
sister's older.
She's trying to save it.
She's trying. She's like, pause it. She's like, when the manager calls into work
Right.
and that shitty key holder manager that just started has to take over and start doing directives.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Caught it right there at the tail end of the turd.
Yeah.
Just before it slipped into the toilet.
And this is like that key holding manager has to intervene with a drunk forklift driver.
Hey, just get out.
You done busted like 1,700 crates. Time to get down there.
We're going to have to write a shit ton of IOUs. Or no, what do they have? What was that shit back in the day whenever you would go and try to buy something at Walmart and like they were out of stock? They were, but I guess it was on sale. Rain check. Yeah, write you a rain check. They do them anymore?
I don't think so.
My mom was like the queen of that shit. Now, this is on sale. And you ain't got no more. And she'd like make the cashier write her a goddamn thing. You can buy this many boxes at 49 cents a piece when we get them back in stock.
And then she brings it back to the manager and they're like,
Keisha quit last week.
This ain't even worth the paper it's written on.
We don't even sell that, man.
She had a horrible drug problem. I don't know how she even wrote this.
Come think of it, did look like chicken scratch. I can't even tell where it says the price.
Oh, man. I wanted to hear, like, what she said afterwards. Hold on, let's see. Okay, no, there's another one where she's, like, berating the crowd because they're, like, kind of booing.
Why you motherfuckers booing? You don't have a good time?
Oh, yeah, here it was.
Dude.
She's asking everybody.
That's a close-up of her face.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
She's asking everybody not to tell Dolly. You know when you're drunk on stage at the Grand Ole Opry going, don't tell Dolly, y'all.
She won't ever give me her autograph.
Don't tell Dolly. Holy shit. I swear to God, if you guys tell Dolly.
El King.
I swear to God, if you guys tell Dolly.
That is funny. But at the same time, God damn, dude.
Get their money back.
You bought tickets for this shit. You ain't getting your money back.
You ain't getting your money back. Yeah.
You bought tickets for this shit.
I bet she'd be fun to hang out with, but God damn,
man.
dude, she is not disciplined. And that's horrible.
She's got a
Has she
throat-
ever done this before?
Oh, I've heard. Somebody said she has. She's canceled, like, all of her shows, apparently.
Wow. Probably to go somewhere.
Got a throat tattoo, too.
Get some help. Looks like a snake shitting.
Yeah. It does. It's supposed to be some kind of Chinese art. But
I was drunk when I got
it. It looks like a cobra shitting.
Oh, God. You ever seen a king cobra take a shit? Look at El King's neck.
That was the inspiration for this here tattoo. Oh, man.
Mermaid.
Universe will make you slow down.
Across the board, there is no official explanation for Elle's postponed gigs.
I don't celebrate a birthday in one way or two.
But we do
I'm going to celebrate a birthday in one way or two.
know there's been a massive fallout after her performance over the weekend.
Everybody's looking at me like I know
Swearing,
this shit.
slurring, and forgetting Dolly's lyrics, all on a night paying tribute to the music icon's legacy.
Don't tell Dolly. Holy shit. I swear to God, if you guys tell Dolly.
And I definitely don't act like most even performers.
While Dolly wasn't there and has yet to
I'm not like most girls.
Yeah.
Any girl ever told you that?
Yeah, and I'm like, you're just a cunt.
Usually those are the ones that like are getting carried out drunk.
Yep.
Yeah. I can handle my liquor. I ain't like most girls. And then she's like, don't tell Dolly. Don't tell Dolly on stage. Oh, man.
Yeah, those are the ones that are vomiting when you have to take them out because you just shook them up a little bit.
Right.
Like a Dr. Pepper fizzing.
In the aftermath, the Grand Ole Opry
Look at her
apologized
face.
for
I know,
language
dude.
during
She
the
is
tribute,
not
which
there.
took place at the Opry's OG location, the Ryman Auditorium in
Ryman,
Nashville.
wow.
A beloved landmark for country music stars, including Dolly.
When I first started, we were at the old Ryman.
That was back when I would tag
You know,
that.
you're out there.
You'd
with
still
all the
would.
legends
I don't know,
and-
man.
Did you see her in the
I
Dallas
did, but
Cowboys
I
outfit?
don't know, dude. That's she's
The
just
Dallas Cowboys cheerleading outfit. She wasn't just like a player.
Yeah, did you see her in them shoulder pads?
Yeah.
No, she's got too many miles on her, man. That's
the
it's too
heroes
old.
Have stood, so it's a good feeling.
As for Elle, the controversy comes after this moment last year.
So to answer your question, yes, she has done this before. I want to see what was happening here.
Tambourine just sitting there not
slamming
doing
a mic
nothing.
and walking off stage in Detroit. And the year before, she suffered a scary fall.
It resulted in a concussion. So what exactly happened? I was so tired and exhausted, and I was walking down
You ever
the
notice that's what they
steps,
blame it on?
steps in,
Yeah,
in the middle of the night
exhaustion.
to make a bottle. And I slipped and knocked myself unconscious. And they said I got amnesia and had post.
I love how everybody.
I got
plays into that.
amnesia.
I got amnesia.
I got amnesia. I wasn't myself. Oh, when you were berating them, probably. Yeah.
Detroit's rude audience makes Elle King so mad she walks off stage. Let's see.
She asked the crowd several times to be quiet so that she.
So you can remember the words.
Is that what it said?
No,
Oh,
that's
no.
what I said.
Let's see here. What is this? Is this it? Yeah.
I doubt it. Yeah, you're going to buy tickets
I don't
to a
want to
show
buy
she's not doing.
tickets. I don't want to buy tickets. What do I do, Josh? What do I do? I don't want to buy tickets. Hold on. Here we go. Is this it?
Reason she walked off stage in
Here we
Detroit.
She asked the crowd several times to be quiet so that she could talk about one of the teachers that she knew that was shot and killed today in Nashville. And instead, people were yelling out, "Play, I'm drunk and I don't want to go home."
Jesus. That's terrible.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like she might have been drunk, though.
Oh, yeah, that's why she got so mad like that and
Yeah.
left like that. She could have just been, all right, guys, this is bullshit. I'm
be
sorry to the
respectful.
real ones out there. I'm
Yeah.
shutting their shit down.
Yeah.
Instead, she fucking threw the mic stand and threw some more shit and then left.
Right.
The crowd is a bunch of douchebags. Is 3 songs in, someone yells, "Play Freebird."
I'm sorry, man. Nah, we're gonna walk off that damn fucking shit. That ain't our last goddamn fucking song.
Oh, she's hammered.
Yeah. Yep. You could tell by the voice.
Yeah. Knock the banjo over, knock some water over. She kind of looks like a fat Jim Morrison, does she not?
She gonna bring on through to
If
the
Jim
other
Morrison
side.
lived long enough to fully appreciate Doritos. Like,
Oh, he appreciated heroin too
yeah,
bad.
yeah. Like if he loved empanadas as much as he loved heroin, that's what he would have looked like right there. Oh,
She asked the crowd several
But
times
he'd have
to be
like
quiet
a goddamn
so that she
Grizzly
could
Adams beard though.
yeah. She almost does. That's with that snake shitting tattoo. Man. Well, hopefully she gets the help she needs, Josh. That's all I can say.
That's just we've been talking about your grandma and your family a little bit at the beginning.
Mhm.
That's a woman that your family, especially your mom, would have said, she needs somebody to whip her ass.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. That was.
That would be the cure for that.
That's.
Whip that bitch's ass.
Yes, they didn't have her ass whipped when she was a kid. I'd have her out there picking her own switch. She'd be out there picking it, and then I'd beat her ass with it.
She did that at the Grand Ole Opry. But this prompted me to look up other Opry type stuff, like
Mhm.
or
like
maybe
crazy things that had happened.
But I remembered a story about Jerry Lee Lewis. what he did when he finally got to play at the Grand Ole Opry.
Fucked his cousin.
No.
Now that I'm famous, I can finally marry my second cousin.
There was this whole back and forth thing, like they were like, I don't know, they knew his reputation.
Mm-hmm.
This was like, I don't know, late 60s, early 70s, something like that. So he had a reputation for being crazy and shit. And they were like, all right, no doing this, no shenanigans. Just go out there, play your song, and don't do anything like that. And he's like, okay. He goes out there, he plays his fucking song. He lives in that moment, drinks it in. He's finally at the Grand Ole Opry. He's wanted to do country music now since the rock and roll's passed or whatever, And he plays the song, has that moment, and he's like, I'm Jerry Lee Lewis. And I'm a rock and roll motherfucker. And they promptly banned his ass from the Opry forever after that.
Rock and roll motherfucker?
Yeah. I'm Jerry Lee Lewis, and I'm a rock and roll motherfucker.
I was going to see if I could find it. Did you?
It's one of those backstage story type deals I watched, where it was like a dude in his band and then a roadie or something telling the story. It's pretty interesting. Had animation and shit with it.
I remember I went to Jerry Lee Lewis's, he has a place on Beale Street. And we were there to do karaoke. And before karaoke started, they had this huge video like screen that would come down like like a movie theater, and they had a projector on the stage shooting up, and it just showed like one of these old Jerry Lee Lewis concerts. And I went, you would think they would show stuff from back when he was younger. This is like his last concert they're showing. Like his arthritic hands are hitting the keyboard.
He's got somebody else playing the piano for him.
Play it, baby. A lot of shaking going on. And a whole lot of shaking was his hands. Like, why are they playing this old ass Jerry Lee Lewis? Like not old ass Jerry Lee Lewis.
Right.
Why are they playing this one?
You
Why
got nothing from the 50s?
Yeah. When he was vibrant, setting pianos on fire and saying racist things to Chuck Berry. You got that? You got that Jerry Lee Lewis? Oh, well. Well, Josh.
Yes, sir.
I think we've done it for today.
We sure have.
We haven't. We're not done, but we're done for this one.
I'll sit back down.
You set your ass back down there. If they want to follow us on social media, you tell them how to do it.
Well, I'm going to tell them we are at, what is it? I guess we're just going to call it X from now. On the X machine, we
Twitter,
are at
nobody's.
P3 Radio #1 on Facebook. Put that search bar, Pop Poncho, Poncho. You'll see our photograph. And if you want to get with us the old school way, 731-300-6675, bitch!
Well, that's going to do it for us. For Josh Brawley, this is Richard Mulligan saying thanks for listening, and good night.